Hi guys, and welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. We've got another little simple hover effect for you today, and it's just a pop-up call to action module. It's got a little background color there, and the sort of image fades out. This one pops in from the bottom. Really easy to do. You've got a nice little call to action button there. Now we have to do one little line of coding to achieve this today, but it's very simple, and as always I'll put any code that I write below the video. Don't let that put you off though, because it's very simple. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is enable my Visual Builder, and let's create a new row, and we'll start from scratch. So it's a little green button to add a new row. I'm going to pop 2 columns in there. I'm simply going to add a call to action module. This will work with any module you want. I'm simply using a call to action because it's got the built-in button there. Divi comes as standard with all these light grey modules that you see here. Plenty enough to build just about any sort of site. If you're using WooCommerce, you also get another 12 to display your products. So let's put a call to action in. I'm going to leave it pretty much exactly like it is. Obviously you're going to want to style yours, put your title in there, put what you want your button to say right there, and as you may have noticed, there's no actual button there. Before the buttons are going to show up, you need to give it a link. So if we roll down, we're still on the content tab. In link, just simply put your link in the button right there. I haven't got a real one, so I'm simply going to use a hashtag. As soon as I put that in, the button will show up. There it is. Okay, and obviously if you're linking to your own site, keep it in the same window. Best practice, if you're linking off site to another site, open it in a new tab so your site stays open. If you want to link the module that surrounds the button to somewhere, you can put a link in there too. I'm going to leave mine just as it is. For the time being, I'm just going to leave that background color just as it is. If you want to change the background color, you can do so right here. We're going to be flipping that around in a little while. Alright, now if you've watched any of my image to text type videos before, you'll know that the way this actually works is we've got a section, the blue tab here, we've got the row which we've just created, and inside the row we've got 2 columns. Now the picture that you see when you flip from text to image or image to text resides in the actual column, not the module itself. So let's go into the column and add our image. Now we're not going to be able to see it because we've got a module on top of it, but that's okay. So we're in the first column, column 1, column 2, so I'm going to hit the little cog to go in there. I'm going to go to background, and I'm going to add an image. You've got color, gradient, image and video. I'm going to add an image. Let's pop that one in. And like I say, you can't see it because our module's on top of it, but we're going to sort that out in just a minute. Now to achieve this, what we've got to do is we've got to push our call to action module down below what we want to see of the image, because I want that kind of shape right there. So this is where the little bit of coding comes in, because I want to give this a fixed height, and when we push this down, it's going to spill out of the column down here, and I don't want to see it. To prevent it being seen when we push it down, we've got to go over to our advanced tab. Remember, we're still in this column we're working on. Got to go down to visibility, horizontal overflow, going to set that to hidden, and vertical, I'm going to set to hidden also. That means anything spills out vertically or horizontally, we won't see it, which is great. Okay, well let's keep that. We've got to come back in here just to write a line of code in a minute, but let's go and manipulate our module and put it where we want it to. So I save the column settings, I'm going to save the row settings, and we'll go back into our call to action module. Just roll it up a little bit. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go over to the design, and obviously you can style your text here, you can style your title text and body text separately. Divi standard comes with a ridiculous amount of fonts. There's hundreds here, so you're not going to get stuck for things to choose from. Just hover over one, it'll audition it for you. I'm going to stick with the default for this demo today. And of course you've got alignments, capitalizations, colors, text, line spacing, and you've got the same for the body and the button also. If you want to custom style your button, just click on your button, hit the little use custom styles, and you can style it however you wish. I'm going to leave mine just as it is, which is the default right there. Right, what I want to do, I want to go down to spacing. We're on the design tab in the call to action module. I'm going to go to spacing, and I'm going to give it about 300 pixels padding on the top, which should push it down below. I'm guessing that's about 300 deep. So I'm going to give it 300 pixels padding on the top. And there it is. And you might be thinking, well, we can still see it. Didn't we hide the overflow? Well, we're not overflowing at the moment. The column is just expanding to fit this. So that's right. That's fine. Okay. So now if we go back to our column, save these changes, go back to the row, go back to the column number 1, go over to the advanced custom CSS. This is where we got to write our little bit of code, and all I'm going to write is I'm going to give it a fixed height of about 300, maybe a little less, maybe 285, something like that, so that we're not going to see this anymore. So in the main element right here, all right, height 300 pixels. Boom, and suddenly the contents disappeared. Well, it hasn't actually disappeared. Let's put a semicolon on there. I'll put this little line of code below the video if you need to copy it, but it's very simple. So I'm happy with that. Save that, save the row contents. And it hasn't actually disappeared, it's still there, but it's hidden now because we told our column to only be this high. Okay, well, let's go back in there now and make the little fade and pop-up happen. So at the moment we just got a regular module with a lot of padding on the top, and it's sitting down here somewhere. So let's go back into our design, and what I'll do is go down to spacing again. Now, common to most Divi modules, if you hover over the dark writing, some icons will appear. If there's an arrow there, you can set a hover state and a desktop state. Desktop when your mouse is not on it, hover when your mouse is on it. So for desktop, we've got 300 pixels on the top. For hover, let's say just put it down to 50 pixels and see what happens. Yeah, we actually need a little bit more just to cover up that last bit. We can either put that on the top or the bottom. Let's try giving it 60. Not quite. You can increment up with the little arrows there. Just make sure it's going to cover everything right there. There we go. And you can also adjust these. If you hit the little mobile phone icon, you've got desktop, tablet and phone. So you can adjust these and have separate values on desktop, tablet and phone to make sure it's going to be responsive on all devices. So that's going to work for me right now. That's covering what we want to cover. Now the other thing I want to do is if we go back to the content, still in the call to action, background, and again I'm going to hover over and hit the little arrow. So on desktop we've got this, but I don't want to see any of the blue there on desktop. I just want to see the actual image that's behind there. So let's get rid of this little trash can. There's our image. Now when we hover over it, we're going to hit the hover. I'm going to add a background color again. Now you can, if you want to, or you can just use the text if you think it stands out against the image, or you can put a color in as well. And if you want to see some of the image, just click on the color, bring the opacity down until you can read your text well and see enough of your image behind there. That's entirely up to you. For this one, I'm going to leave it fully colored like that. Best one really, if you're just using an overlay and you want to see a lot of the images, to use a black. Go in there and again click on the color, bring the slider down till you can see as much of the image as you want to see, and you can still read all of that. But like I say, I'm happy with mine to be just blue like that. So when we hover, that's what we're going to see. When we're not hovering, we're going to see the image just like that, which is great. Now the default time it takes to go from one state, desktop, to hover state in Divi is 300 milliseconds, which is pretty quick. If we go over to our advanced, I like to slow it down for a bit of drama. So we're still in call to action, advanced, transitions. Here's the duration. I'm going to pop mine up to about 3/4 of a second. Obviously, this is entirely up to you. And the speed curve I like to use for my hover effects is ease in, ease out. They're all slightly different. Some will do different things in certain situations, so check them out. But for most of my hover effect, that's the one that works for me. So let's save, and we'll save our page changes, and we should be good to go. Save draft or publish if you're ready. And let's exit the Visual Builder. There it is. When we roll over, it's going to slide up like that. When we lift off, it's going to slide back down, ease back out. That image is going to sort of fade out to the blue background. That's a nice little effect. And as with most of these, if people are mousing around your site and that pops up, it's going to get their attention pretty quickly, which is what you want. So there we have it, guys. Very simple effect, but very effective effect. Very easy to do. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.